It's The Drive on The Fan.
It's a feel-good Friday, everybody. Welcome in the Finley Hyundai Studios. Devin Dixon, Paul Ratliff, Tara Atkin. We are the Drive Morning Crew, and what's going on? It is good to be up, good to be going, good to be alive in the STG today. We are loaded on the show this morning. This program is going to have a little bit of variety to it. We are going to talk a lot of SUU, Utah Tech football. We've got two coaches at minimum joining us on the program today, including current coach Lance Anderson of Utah Tech. We had Delane Fitzgerald, SUU coach, yesterday on the show. And legend, long time, over 22 years, I think it was 25 years, the head coach of Dixie College, Greg Croshaw, will be by. And we always like having the crow come into the nest and hang out and talk some football. He is going to be getting some honors on Saturday night at the halftime show of the football game, so we're going to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Looking forward to those.
Should be awesome.
Maybe we'll see if we can sneak in Will Liebert, Dixie Flyer head coach. We got a little bit on the Desert Hills at Green Canyon game and the Dixie at Highland game for you. Two big playoff games, win and move on, lose, and the season comes to a crashing halt. Dixie Highland was a game you and me and Tara will be at, right, Paulie? Fired up to take a little road trip today.
Yep, I already have one this week under my belt, but looking forward to the second one, buddy. Yeah. Let's ride.
I see you got some, a mammoth hat and a mammoth hoodie or beanie.
Yeah, I did.
From Tuesday night.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
Tara got a cool sweatshirt and some other stuff, right?
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys stocked up.
Yeah.
It did.
First game of the season.
Fine people over there at that discount. It's great. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We've got good stuff on tap. We've got a lot of things to get to today. The world is kind of buzzing around St. George, around the Black Desert Golf Tournament. The world is kind of buzzing around the NBA and the start of the season, and then this illegal betting and situation with Terry Rozier,
Right.
separate incident with Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
We had an NFL game last night. Mm-hmm. So lots of choices, but what is Paul's best thing? Well, you're going to find out. It's brought to you today by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Get on out and play. 435-688-1700.
All right, let's go back to last night in St. Louis. It was actually as the Utah Mammoth traveled to take on the Blues, and it was a fast start for them. And there was one guy that contributed in a huge way, and he's the best thing I saw. Probably my favorite player on the Utah Mammoth. Just a young gun, just a really skilled, fast, just really talented player in Logan Cooley, as he scored not one, not two, but 3 goals in 4 minutes and 48 seconds yesterday, the first period. A natural hat trick. There's only been 3 of those this season. Bo Horvat for the Islanders on October 16th. Kyle Connor on October 19th. So we've had a little flow of them here lately. And then, of course, Cooley last night, October 23rd. As a natural hat trick is defined by when a player scores 3 consecutive goals without any other player scoring in between and no empty net aid. So these were all during regulation. They were all while the goalie was in net. And we've got the final one here to complete the natural hat trick by Mr. Logan Cooley.
Set up here, Schmaltz. Sergachev, and he passes on it for Keller. Mikhail Sergachev right to the front. It's underneath. They scored. It's put home. And guess who? Logan Cooley's got the hat trick.
And that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, and they went on to win the game 7-4. So really high scoring effort for the Mammoth last night.
11 goals.
Yeah, I hope you had the over in that one. Because, it was a high flying game. The Blues mounted a nice, I was watching it on my iPad last night, and it was kind of just like crazy that a guy could score 3 goals in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like how hard it is to score a goal in the NHL. And
some guys will go their whole career and never get a hat trick.
That's right.
He had
And
a
like,
natural in 5 minutes.
5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, 4:48. So yeah, I mean,
How bad is St. Louis?
They've
They're
been
a
bad
playoff
What's
for a
team
going
while.
on with
year.
Bennington?
Yeah,
Bennington used to be a good goalie.
He's a Stanley Cup champion goaltender, but for
Yeah.
whatever
Is he past
reason,
his prime?
for whatever reason, just had a rough night last night.
Maybe out with the fellas a little too late.
Probably.
Maybe a couple pops, too late last night, like you're saying. But yeah, I mean, as far as Utah goes, that's 5 straight now, 5 straight wins. They've gotten 10 points in the last 5 games. No overtime losses, just straight winning. So it's awesome to see what they're doing. I told Tara on the way home from the game on Tuesday, I have a really good feeling there's going to be playoff games at the Delta Center this spring.
Yeah,
So,
I got that same text from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was letting everybody know.
Well, we talked
Well,
about
that
it.
wasn't brand new information. We talked about it
We
even
talked
about it.
before with
We
Cole
have.
and stuff.
Yeah.
That it's playoffs or bust
It
this
is.
year. So
That's the mentality among the team, the
Yeah.
captain, everybody from the top down.
I mean,
So-
when you move to a new location and you invigorate a fan base and you get a new mascot in a new state, like
Yeah.
and you see the crowd showing up for you, you want to return the favor, and so there's a little pressure to win, I think, and that's the mindset, and you have to have a winning mindset. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what sport you're playing, obviously.
Yeah,
that
you don't
is
ever
happening.
give a quote saying we're trying to make the playoffs
Yeah.
and stuff like. No, they've said and they maintain throughout the entire offseason.
Yeah,
it's playoffs or bust. for
I
this team.
looked all of a sudden at the score in the first period. And it was 4-0.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I sent it. You guys
You
a
did.
text.
You texted.
I was just like, "Holy cow, that
Yeah.
was quick!" You know.
Yeah.
I'm like, already 4-0 Mammoth. Why didn't we bet on that game?
Yeah, they're
I don't like
hot.
the 4 goals given up. It's hard to keep your focus, keep the pedal down, and you got to give St. Louis a little credit for fighting in that
It
one.
got in a little fire wagon hockey back and forth down the rink a lot, and they
Yeah.
were just playing run and shoot style hockey a little bit.
Free
But
flowing.
Free flowing, not many stoppages, and it was just a lot of goals scored, both sides. But the Mammoth came out on top, aided mainly by number 92, Mr. Logan Cooley, with his natural hat trick last night. Best thing I saw.
Best thing I saw, Black Desert Championship
There you
yesterday.
go.
I got to go right here to our backyard. First of all, the best thing I saw was how immaculate the course was.
Oh, yeah.
The rough with the rain. We've had a little more rain than usual for the state of
Really
Utah
popped
in the
the
month of
green.
October.
Yeah.
Grass looked real green,
I think-
manicured.
I think by the 15th of October, we'd already had a record amount of rainfall in Salt Lake and St. George for the
Yeah.
month, and we weren't even halfway through the month. We didn't get any overnight last night, but we did the night before. But even with the little softer conditions, it didn't really make the scoring that much better. I think the golf course is playing a little bit tougher. They've lengthened it just a little bit more. You weren't quite seeing as many eagles out on the course.
No.
18 is tough to eagle nowadays. You
It
have
was
to hit really.
tough.
You have to hit 2 really good shots, including a 3 medal, to get it on the green from about 285.
Right.
Yeah, it had
because
kind
you-
of a like
Yeah,
a
I
toilet
called it the
bowl.
well.
Yeah,
A lot
the
of them
well. Yeah,
to the right
it
of
would
the
just
green.
It's
sink
called a
in.
false front.
Yeah. false
Okay.
front,
In golf
yeah.
terms, not a well. That's what you drill in your backyard when you're drilling for water.
I think I
Well.
said a toilet bowl, so that's even worse than well. It would make that motion. They would just spin out and go all
there
the way
is
to the
no
bottom.
toilet bowl
I
in golf.
know.
It didn't.
ob-
Yeah, it
obviously
wasn't
not.
spinning.
People,
but-
All right.
people do
But
not
if you didn't land it right by the pin, it was on that false front and it went down into the
all the
hole.
way back down to the front
Yeah.
right side of the green.
Yep.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me on that hole many times.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a great golf hole. But from the blues or even the traditional black tees, the tips as you'd like to call them, you can reach 18 and 2. They
Right.
went in and put a new tee about 35 yards back behind the tips. That hole's playing 610 now.
Dang.
610. Now, I think in the afternoon, he did get a little breeze coming off
Yeah.
Snow
It
Canyon
did.
Park, coming kind of down that alleyway past Tuacahn.
Yeah.
And which was making like 13, 14, 15, 16, all playing back into the wind. But then, 18 was kind of that tee shot, at least, was downwind or crosswind.
It was. It was behind him. So we saw more go over the green later in the afternoon with that wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the best things I saw, though, was Austin Cook goes from not even planning to playing. He was an alternate. Two guys withdraw. He's second on the alternate list. Okay, 2 guys withdraw. Eric Van Rooyen being one of them. I'm trying to think who the other one that withdrew was. And anyway, that opened up that spot for Cook. Austin Cook goes from late entry, not even knowing if he's going to play, jumps on and playing, gets out here, and then is tied for the lead after the first round of the Bank of Utah Championship with Thornbjorn Olesen, Sevenson, Lipsky. 4-way tie, 6 under 65s. That is your lead. The other thing that was really interesting, we watched a little bit of Jason Day coming through in his group with Sahith Theegala.
Yep.
And Day is playing a 13-club setup. Paulie, do you even know how many clubs you can have in your bag? There is a limit. There is a rule. You can't. You can't.
Penalty stroke stuff, right? If
Maybe
you got an extra
not
one in your
long
bag.
drive. You see the long drivers drive up, and there's 20 drivers popping out.
Okay, I'm going to go with 11.
No,
11.
14.
14. All right.
14 clubs, but he is not using all 14. That's the interesting thing. Most every guy in that field's got 14 clubs except for Jason Day. And he took a 2-month hiatus from golf, and he returns to competition. And, former number one in the world, 13-time tour winner. This guy has won. Jason Day is a big name in golf, and he shows up to Ivins, Utah with all new prototype irons. They're curved irons. They're brand new curved irons.
I didn't notice that.
New shafts, new grips, and even a hybrid. He had a hybrid in the bag.
There we go. Hybrids.
Okay?
Yeah.
So with all the changes and only 13 clubs, he still shoots 3 under and is in the mix.
Yeah.
So... he shot 68 yesterday. Hit 12 of 14 fairways. Only missed 4 greens. He admitted his iron play hadn't been where he wanted during the season, so he's making some changes and he's rolling them out at Black Desert. And that's why Jason Day is playing. He's like, I want to go test these new prototype irons and clubs. I am surprised he doesn't have an extra wedge in the bag, though, because you can have some tight lies, maybe some flops, maybe a rock club if you have to hit out of lava.
There you go.
Everybody packs a rock club that should pack a rock club.
Right.
If you played, in Southern Utah golf. Because you don't want to chip up your brand new ones. Now, these guys don't care. They'll just go to the
new one.
Pro Tech van and they'll just replace it. Mm-hmm. But when you pay $1,200 for irons, you'd like not to scuff them up on the rock the very first round you play and you spray one into the desert, right?
That's right.
Right, Paulie?
That's right. I spray them all over in the desert when I play. So
yeah,
you need that rock club.
Yeah. So he's sporting a set of 3D printed Avoda golf irons.
Okay.
You ever heard of Avoda?
No. What was that one length thing that all the people were using for a while? The club?
Well, Bryson DeChambeau still does that.
He does. What are those
all
called?
His irons are the same length.
I know, but what's the brand? There's like a specific brand. Is it Strixon or I can't.
Bryson's hitting. Is he hitting TaylorMade?
Okay. I thought there was a specific one length thing that a lot of the guys used.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
I
You
might be
surprised
wrong.
me with these questions, but
I did.
I think he's currently switched to the Avodas as well, the prototypes.
Okay.
So I think Jason Day is actually tinkering with what Bryson hits. I could be mistaken on that.
Okay.
Yeah, Bryson switches clubs more than anybody, so who knows? Maybe Tara can look that up. At one point, he did try the Avodas, though. And you've never even heard of the Avodas.
No.
But I can see the expression on your face. You're like, that's not Callaway, Ping, or TaylorMade. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So the diehard golfers out there know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I found that very interesting. And Day shot 3 under. Theegala and Day had the biggest gallery yesterday.
Absolutely. And they
were out early in the morning.
They were, yeah.
But I felt like just watching the 15 grandstand empty after they played through the par 3, I was like, okay, everybody just wants to walk with those guys.
Yeah.
Which I get, which I understand. Theegala is a very good player. And Jason Day has won a lot over his career. I don't know if anybody's getting to 24 under like Matt McCarty did last year after the first round.
I would assume no.
Yeah. Quick leaderboard look. After Tara, do you have a best thing?
I do, yeah.
What do we got? Your turn. And then, because I could go on and I start diving down the leaderboard, and then I'm going to forget you, and I don't want to do that to you. Be ready.
Okay.
I know I got her looking up teams.
She's typing, and you're just like, you got one?
I do, yeah. I was looking up golf stuff. So I'm a Kraken fan. This was last night in the game.
Okay.
And This is Mason Marshman, and he kind of just like fakes out Stanley, and it was pretty funny. It made me laugh, so it was my favorite thing. Oh, there's no sound though.
Oh, just the fake punch.
The fake, he just kind of like juked him, and the guy totally flinched, and he just like laughed at him. So
Stanley didn't flinch that hard.
Oh, he
though.
did. He flinched.
No.
He flinched enough.
Not to draw that kind of a laugh. That was
For a
Oh, look
hockey
at
player,
this. He's
like
poking
that was
holes.
like
he flinched for sure.
He did. He flinched, but like maybe an inch.
And then he like went to
He
swing
didn't go
back.
like,
He didn't go, whoa.
No, but he flinched and then like went to swing
double
back.
Hollywood.
The Matrix with the dodging
Yeah.
bullets and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
It was like a.
Yeah, it was.
I would've
He
done the
swung
same
back.
I
thing.
still
So
thought it was
he would-
funny.
Yeah, I thought it was
It was
funny.
funny, and they won
They did win.
3-0 over the Oilers. That's
Yeah.
a pretty big win.
I actually got mad props for Stanley for not flinching more.
Okay, so you're kind of flipping it on Tara's
Yeah.
best thing. Yeah, I like
No,
this.
she can have her. She's entitled to her opinion. I'm
She
just
is.
saying, I would have been like, shoot, man, I want to get punched in the face. Of course, I'm not a hockey player, never have been.
Maybe if it was Reeves or Rempe, he might have flinched more. But
Did you see that
Yeah.
one I sent
I
you with
did. I
Reeves
saw the
and
Reeves and
Rempe?
Rempe fight.
So Ryan
Yeah.
Reeves fought the big goon on the
He's not
the
a
Rangers.
goon. I like
He
Rempe.
has no skill really.
what?
Does he have goal scoring prowess? Not really.
Who,
He's a
Rempe?
That
defenseman.
big, tall oaf
Yeah.
that loves to fight. I mean, I don't like
He's
the
like
Rangers.
6'7".
So
I
you
mean,
know,
he's in the league for a reason.
Yeah,
he's got
exactly.
a role. He's got a role on the team.
I know, and that's the
Hey,
goon role.
he can obviously skate. He can put skates on. He can get on the ice.
I know.
He knows how to
Reeves
pick
is a
up
goon
stick.
too, though.
I know.
It's, you know,
I never said
They
Reeves
still,
was,
like,
and I'm just saying you're trying to say
play a role.
Rempe isn't a goon, and he definitely is.
I still like him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're poking holes in Tara's best thing.
Yeah. Hey, and there's Ross the Boss Johnston fought last night.
There was
We had
some
a lot of
fights
good fights
last
last
night.
night.
Fights, yeah, I like
You
that.
like it when they drop the gloves.
Ross the Boss is a goon.
My
but
team's got one of the best fighters in the league.
See,
on,
I've
you know?
always appreciated the fact that hockey's like, all right, boys, just settle it. You want to go to the penalty box? You go ahead and go. Go ahead and drop
Yeah.
them. Go ahead and settle it. Like sometimes I wish we would just, these guys get paid a lot of money too, but they don't seem to be worried about, a concussion from multiple
Yeah.
punches to the head.
Yeah.
Now I get it. They have helmets on, but
Sometimes the helmets
Sometimes
come
but
off.
they usually take the helmets off for fighting. Yeah.
sometimes I feel like we should just let NFL players do this. And
Yeah,
just,
I think so, too.
You know what? Offsetting personal fouls. Never mind. You 2 minutes, just fight.
Yeah. I think it'd be great.
Whoever falls first, the other
Yeah.
team we're marching the penalty off on.
Yeah,
I
there
mean,
you
come
go.
on.
Whoever falls first.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I want to go back to the leaderboard up. Great stuff, Tara. Thornbjorn Olesen, Jesper Sevenson, David Lipsky, and Austin Cook are your leaders. Now, all but Austin Cook finished. Cook has 5 holes left. Yeah, so he only got through 13. So he is going to be one of the first guys to go out and finish his first round as soon as daylight breaks here about 7:50, 7:55.
Okay.
So the second round will not start until those guys get off the course. And so there is a realistic chance again today that we are finishing the second round tomorrow morning, then the cut. Then they'll get the third round in and the fourth round. And once they cut the field size, we'll have plenty of time to finish and daylight and everything like that once they go to, top 16 ties. Obviously, you have, a full field here, and you got 130 some odd guys playing in this. There was one withdrawal yesterday. Lanto Griffin withdrew. I don't know the details on that. Did you? Was there anything buzzing around the
I
golf
saw
course?
him out there taking some shots. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
him on the big board when he was playing. But
He had
must have-
3 holes
Yeah.
left.
Okay, so yeah, he was definitely.
He was 7 over par.
Yeah.
He was making a mess of this golf course. He I think he started on 10
Yeah.
and he went double, and then on 11 he tripled it.
Ooh.
Like I'm assuming the lava gods got to him, and then it didn't get much better on the back. He did have one birdie on 18, but then he bogeyed 3 more holes and was just chopping wood. And then I don't know, maybe swinging off the lava aggravated an injury or something. So we already have one player that has withdrawn,
Yeah.
and obviously, he played 15, 16 holes. So it's not like he didn't tee it up and steal a spot. Something must have happened there. I just don't know exactly what. I'm not going to sit here and guess. Some of the Utah golfers, Paulie.
Yeah.
Zach Blair kind of leading the charge. Zach rocking a big burly beard right now. I don't know if he's dressing up for Santa Claus this winter or what. ZB Laserbeam rocking a burly beard. Getting ready for No Shave November, I guess.
That's right.
Zach will play 16, 17, and 18, his last 3 holes of the day, which I think are 7, 8, and 9. So Zach actually has 2 par 5s remaining. 7 and 9 are par 5s, and he is 3 under par. So if he could go birdie, par, birdie, he would jump from 21st place all the way up to T5, which is the 5 under.
Yeah.
So he could still realistically jump 16 spots before he starts his second round with 2 par 5s remaining. So he kind of leads the charge from the Utah guys.
Right.
Fishburne's even through 13. Fishburne's sitting in the FedEx at 104, right now after that even par round. He started yesterday's round at 98. You need to keep your tour card. He has got some pressure here these next couple weeks in the wraparound fall season, keep trying to keep full status. So, I think Fishburne is a guy that's going to win someday, maybe multiple times. He's been so close. Him and Zach were so close at the Zurich when they were partnered up. And Fishburne has had a couple other really good finishes. He played so well on the Korn Ferry. He got to the PGA Tour really quickly, coming out of BYU, but now it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been consistently great either. And he's kind of on that verge of partial status versus full status and all those things. So he's got some pressure on him this week. Some of the other local guys, Kihei Akina, kind of struggled a little bit more than I thought yesterday.
Yeah,
had some trouble. Did make some birdies on the back 9. It's respectable, but he's going to have to go stupid low if he is going to want to play the weekend, because Kihei ended up shooting 77, 6 over par, which is crazy because he was 4 under after the opening 2 rounds last year and missed the cut by 1. Also, Preston Summerhays really hasn't done as well as maybe he would have liked, or I would have thought he would have done after going to ASU and graduating on the Korn Ferry Tour with his ranking on the PGA-U. He had a great college career. He had 1 bad year in college and 3 really good years, and then he goes pro, and he's getting another PGA Tour start in his home state of Utah, and he shoots 5 over so far through 12 holes. He was one of the last pairings of the day, so he's still got some work to do this morning, which might not be a bad thing when you're 5 over. Go out there, get some fresh tracks. If you can get 2 or 3 back, then you'll have a little break, and maybe have a little breakfast, get back, stay loose on the range, and then you're teeing off again.
Right.
You'll be teeing off again. Just an hour and a half after you finish up, because he was in the afternoon wave yesterday. Utah Tech's freshman, David Lickety.
Yeah.
He kind of brought it back towards the end of his round as well. I'm sure the nerves for a David, and we talked to him, we had him on the show yesterday, and he admitted, he's going to be nervous.
Right.
Yeah. Just when you start on that back 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. You really 11 and 13 were playing this the toughest 2 holes yesterday, especially as the day went on and it was into the wind. Although Kurt Kitayama on 11 hit a 450-yard drive yesterday. That is a PGA Tour record in competition.
Wow.
Did you guys know that?
I did not.
No, we didn't see that.
Kurt, the downhill, the waterfall on the right, 11, 450-yard drive.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, and I was watching, guys have trouble. That was one of the toughest holes. It's really hard to hold that green. It's a downhill shot, but he was down in the flat. Unbelievable pipe job by Kurt Kitayama. But Lickety right now 4 over par, and he has 5 holes left to play on his opening round. So still a chance to maybe, pick up a couple shots, get a couple shots back. Round 1 resumes at 8 a.m. this morning. Round 2 will start at, I think, 8:15. So they'll get everybody out on the course, they'll shotgun them, then give them like 15 minutes, and then they'll go ahead and roll the tee times off of 1 and 10. So They're probably going to be tight to finish again today. Probably unlikely that they will. But they are not waiting more than 15 minutes. So they'll get everybody out in place. They'll blow the horn. Everybody will, where their ball is marked at, they'll continue to play on that first round. And then 15 minutes later, you got the early tee times going off in the second round off 1 and 10.
Yeah.
So so you can get out there at 8 a.m. this morning and you can see a lot of golf instantly.
Yeah.
Like you could go park on 18 and all of a sudden you've got groups coming through. And then you could stay on 18 and you'd probably only have a half an hour, 45-minute gap and then you got more players coming through, which is kind of nice fan-wise.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the setup out there yesterday? Tara, this was I want to ask you this question because Paul was out there last year. You were not out there last year.
No.
What'd you think of the setup? What'd you think of the viewpoints? What'd you think of the golf course as far as, it's only Thursday. There's going to be more fans out there as the weekend goes.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday are going to be crazy. But I thought it was incredible. And I loved it. I loved being on the 18. I walked a lot of holes, followed Jason Day. I followed Snedeker. I went and followed Akina. Of course, I went and watched Preston Summerhays. He hit off of 1. He teed off of 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Lickety on 10. So I was able to kind of stand in between those two holes and watch both of them tee off to start. And it was incredible. And it looked great. The course was amazing.
Does it make you want to get golf lessons and get better at golf?
Don't say she's bad. She's a good player.
I thought I was good at golf.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
She take shots at me for golf, not her.
It's just a question.
No, I need to.
Okay.
I play
I want to take lessons and
play 3
get better.
times a year,
Okay.
not 3 times a week like you do.
Yeah.
So, I don't, I'm a little rusty.
For some people, America's pastime is baseball. For me, America's pastime is golf.
It's golf. And I love golf.
These guys were baffled yesterday because we were out there for a couple hours, and then I'm like, "Hey, see, I'm leaving. Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go play golf." I sit there, watch golf. It makes me want to play golf.
Yeah, it does. It makes you want to go play.
So I just turned the coverage on, but they didn't have a big window on the Golf Channel yesterday. 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. They were only 3-hour window. 2-3 hour window of golf on live of black, but boy, it looked good on TV.
Oh wow,
it was
looked
on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, it looked incredible.
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't go to ESPN Plus.
Yeah,
I just went to the Golf Channel
That's where all my buddies were watching.
ESPN Plus. There's more coverage.
Yeah.
But not everybody has ESPN Plus.
Sure, I know.
I mean, you and I do. I didn't even think about ESPN Plus.
Yeah,
I just went to the Golf Channel.
They don't have the Disney bundle with ESPN Plus and everything.
Yeah,
most people I'm sure do.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
It's necessary.
So we're off and running. We're loaded today. Again, Lance Anderson joining us this morning. Also, Greg Croshaw. We've got lots to get to with the Utah Tech SUU game. We got 2 high school playoff games tonight. You're waking up. If you're a Desert Hills or a Dixie fan, you're probably like, well, we're getting out of town about noon.
Right.
Heading
Hitting
up
the
the
road.
freeway, especially Desert Hills fans. They probably got to leave a little earlier. They got to go all the way up to Cache Valley. By the way, we will have both links up on our website to watch. Both links will be available to watch on the fansportsnetwork.com. So if you can't go to Logan as Desert Hills plays Green Canyon, if you can't go up and see
Is it Alpine?
Sugar House, Utah, you can't go out and see what? Alpine, Utah?
That's what Paulie told somebody yesterday.
What?
I was like,
Is
we're heading up to
Alpine.
Alpine. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'm from there. I'm like, and then.
Like, we're not going to
not
Alpine.
going to Alpine. Yeah, we were talking about the trip.
And-
We were talking about the game.
Highland is in the Sugar House area.
I mixed it up. I know.
Alpine is not far away, but it is far away.
It is far away.
I mean,
And
people in the
obviously-
valley don't know. They're like, what is he talking about?
Tara wasn't going to let that one slip past the
Sorry.
goalie.
Yeah. Yeah, for a guy that calls people out a lot on verbiage, you sure screw up
Oh,
your...
now we got her here to make sure that I stay in check.
Yeah.
Slob shots back the other
He
way.
was trying to put it through the 6-hole on some dumb golf fan.
I know.
Yeah. Well, and Tara's like, no, that's
No,
the fat hole.
Teradamus does not.
Not today, Satan.
Teradamus.
Teradamus.
That's right. And did I get through all the local scores
I
on
think
golf?
so.
I think I did.
Yeah.
I think I did. We got to take a break.
Yeah.
Back in a flash. It's The Drive. We're going to have fun today. Stick with us.
Welcome back to The Drive on The Fan.
Welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive. Oh, baby. If you text keyword rivals, RIVALS, you're in to win the Battle for Axe tickets that we are giving away. We're giving away some tickets. Paulie, there's tickets floating all over the studio here. We are going to give these away today.
Just a few more there.
Tickets over there.
Yeah.
We are going to, we're gonna give away tickets to tomorrow night's SUU at Utah Tech game, Greater Zion Stadium, 6:00 kickoff. Tailgate going to start at 4. A lot of homecoming events all week long. They got a little carnival for the students tonight. There's a little concert drone show on campus.
Oh, cool!
Those are so cool.
Tomorrow morning I'll be driving. I'll be parade entry number 39. If anybody cares, it's going to the homecoming parade tomorrow morning.
I know which parade driver to be looking for when I'm out at the parade.
Are you coming to throw candy?
Yeah, Paul's going to throw candy at you.
Are you going to wear your Halloween dog costume?
I might. Actually, I'm saving that for the party. So you'll see that at what is that? A week away or so now?
Yeah, a week from today.
Yeah, a week from today.
Are you going to put the whiskers and paint
everything, just like the old getup?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Got the ears,
some orange on your cheeks. The parade, by the way, the homecoming parade. If you want to take the kids down for the homecoming parade, tomorrow morning 9 a.m. is when that starts. So about 9 to 10, then you can go get a little brunch in or something, and then enjoy your Saturday. Whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of games around town, a lot of soccer, a lot of football. I know a lot of teams are starting up. Youth football playoffs, high school playoffs start tonight.
Yes,
gonna be fun. Paulie, let's get to a couple things to watch for tonight. It hasn't been rosy for Desert Hills this year. It hasn't been a Dixie-esque season for the Flyers this year. So you find the Flyers and the Thunder when the brackets dropped way down in the RPI. And now they've both got to go on the road. Couldn't get into the top 17 to where they could earn a home game. So they both got to go on the road, get on a bus, go all the way up. Desert Hill's going to Green Canyon and Dixie's going to Highland. Let's start with that Thunder game. Give me two things to watch for, Paulie, from your vantage point on the Thunder's chances to win against a team that started pretty hot and then kind of cooled off in region play in Green Canyon.
Yeah, I think it's about what the Thunder do. I mean, I was thinking whenever we were doing the preseason polls all the way back in the summer, I was thinking about this team losing their best player, Titan Mason, and they have replaced him with a very good player in Isaac Andresen. He is a very, very good running back, and their offensive line plays well. So I think they do what they do best in this game. They got to run the football. Their passing game has not been the best this season, so they got to rely on Andresen. I think they just got to body into him, lean into him, whatever you want to call it, and just give him 25 carries and just do a time of possession type game. Don't let Green Canyon have as many opportunities. Get a few stops, a turnover, and then you might be in the fourth quarter with a chance to win. So I think it is running the football behind their big offensive line and Isaac Andresen.
Well, then you better play from the lead.
Yeah, because you got to get the lead early.
Because the quarterback play for Desert Hills has not been terrific this year. I don't ever. I'm not going to say names, but just overall quarterback play has not. It doesn't. They've tried different things. They've tried, running quarterbacks. They've landed on a sophomore just trying to develop him. It is what it is. They just have not had, the Thunder had a really challenging schedule, though. I do want to point that out. I don't want it to all sound doom and gloom. Desert Hills, 6 of their 7 losses are against playoff teams. And they beat Faith Lutheran to open the season, and they beat Dixie to get their only region win in a defensive war 14-10.
Yeah.
But in the last 2 games, they got outscored 57-23, which is kind of telling me that they're a little deflated. The late in the season, the focus isn't there. I
think that they had it at Pineview. They only lost 23-16. That was a tight game. But then the Hurricane game the next week was where it kind of was like, okay, this team has its chinks in the armor. They're really kind of struggling toward the finish here. That was a 34-7 kind of drubbing by Hurricane. So, that's the problem with Desert Hills is the passing game. They rely a lot on the run game. They just haven't been able to get chunk plays through the air this season, and that's been a huge detriment to their offense.
Yeah, and defensively they fought like crazy, but their offense has put their defense in bind after bind after bind after bind.
And quick drives by the offense. I've only done one Desert Hills game this year at Pineview, the game they played really well in, defensively, and played a decent offensive game, but they still the lack of the consistent receiver quarterback combination, like almost every team in the region. Tanoi Andresen, he's got Jackson Holt. Deacon Virgin's got Tano. I go through the whole list of teams, but it just seems like Desert Hills doesn't have that go-to guy in the passing game as much as other years. They've had other guys that have stepped up and played that role.
I think they've got good receivers. Gavin Young, 24
Stuckey's
catches.
Good.
Stuckey, 18 catches, 300 yards. Young, 24 for 279. Those are the two primary guys in the passing game.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. It's not been near enough. I mean, you're in the playoffs, and your two top receivers, haven't even got you 600 yards receiving. But this is not a high passing, potent offense.
It's just not who this team is. I mean, it is a running team. Isaac Andresen, 184 carries. 864 yards. That's good for an average of 96 yards per game.
That's good.
And 6 touchdowns and 400-plus yard games.
And he's missed time because of injuries, because he's been the workhorse, and he's taken some shots, and there's been some games he's had to, he just couldn't go. He's been really nicked up off and on this year. So those numbers would be better given a full slate of health all year. And
everyone always talks about running backs and their yards and touchdowns like I just did, but this offensive line has been one of the better units on the team as far as just the play up front, giving protection to the quarterbacks, running the football, creating lanes for the running backs. I feel like this is one of the better lines in the region. They just haven't really had the offensive fireworks that you would expect from a team with this good of an offensive line.
So it's Desert Hills, the 19 seed, at Green Canyon, who was the 14 seed tonight. 6 o'clock, confirmed. We will have the link up on the fansportsnetwork.com. The Wolves, they're 6-4, but they're only 2-3 in region. Okay, Green Canyon started this season. I remember looking at the rankings, and they were like all the way up to number 2 in the rankings. They were 5-1 after 6 games. And you're like, holy cow, Green Canyon, how good are they? But then they dropped 3 of their final 4 games. They got beat 49-14 to the number 1 seed Ridgeline, who won their region, went undefeated. They lost 35-28 to Mountain Crest at the end of the regular season. But they've averaged 25.9 points a game. They give up 23.4. So they are plus minus. They are the positive there. Yeah. Almost 2 points. So the Wolves have used 2 quarterbacks this season. They got a kid named Ethan Monk, 996 yards, 16 touchdowns. And then they got Carter Perry, 462 yards. Monk has been really good in the red zone because he has 3 touchdowns to go along with his passing 16 touchdowns. Hayden Schramm is their leading receiver. I think he played basketball too. I remember that name. And then Will Wheatley, I remember him from calling a playoff game last year with Green Canyon in it. Maybe it's Eli Wheatley, his little brother, but there's a Wheatley up there at Green Canyon all the time, and really good defensively. Yeah. So, we'll see what happens. I'm expecting Briggs Barney to be the guy at quarterback today. Yeah. That's kind of who it's been the last couple weeks. The sophomore, who I think does give you the most, moxie. Unfortunately for Max Brownstein, senior, smart, really dialed in the playbook, just it hasn't been great at reading defenses. Has thrown way too many interceptions this year. Yeah, and I mean way too many interceptions in bad spots that are pick sixes. I think he's thrown 3 pick sixes this year. That is a backbreaker.
And they've tried. They also tried Gavin Young.
Gavin Young with the wildcat look.
They've tried everything. Yep. So they just don't really have that superstar quarterback on the roster this year, like a Tanawai or some of the other quarterbacks in region. But they can still, my big thing for this game, I think, is that you just run the ball. You rely on what got you there. So
take a look. Let's jump over to the other game. This is where we'll be at, Paulie. You and I, Tara, all of us are going to be up there. We're going to be streaming this game on our YouTube page. Links will be up on the fansportsnetwork.com, just like it will be for that Desert Hills of Green Canyon game. The link's up. It'll be our Cache Valley broadcasters that'll be doing the Green Valley game. We'll actually be doing the Dixie Highland game. So we'll have them both, though. Both Region 9 games on the website with links to where you can go watch. So spread the word. We'll get those posted out on our social media today as well. But we're going to be taking off here a little before noon. We're going to be heading up so we can get up to Highland, Utah, Sugar House, Utah. Really close, next door to Alpine, Utah. Right, Paul?
that's right.
Paul's going to go do the slide.
I'm gonna go to
Alpine slide.
You
slide
guys-
from Park City all the way
guys.
down.
You guys can go to Highland. I'm going to Alpine. So yeah.
I think Highland, who was the 13 seed, has kind of over-exceeded expectations. They had a really good regular season. Their region is not Region 9, but they went 6-0. So they were 0-3 in the preseason, and then they go rattle off win after win after win, and seemingly getting better and better. And Highland runs the table in Region 10. They outscored their opponents by an average in their region 35-8, almost 36-8. Okay, Rams have been getting it done. Now Dixie, we know, started the season really strong, right? They were 1-1, and then they were 2-2, and you're thinking they're fighting, they're going to get better. The Dixie's always a team that gets stronger as the season goes on, but unfortunately for Coach Will Liebert, some injuries, obviously some struggles protecting deconversion, some drops by receivers. I mean, last Friday, Paul, you were at the game. There was 2 really bad drops, one wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. And when you have that over the course of the season, that kind of grinds on you.
Yeah.
And it can be very, very frustrating. And so Dixie was 2-4 after their first 6 games, but then you had Crimson and you had Snow Canyon, big games to end the regular season against good teams that are 2-3 in the RPI bracket, and they just didn't hang. They just couldn't hang. So they go 0-5 in region this year.
Yeah, and I think the big thing for this game is Deacon Virgin is a first-year starter, and he's got the prototypical size, arm, everything.
Sure.
But the offensive line protection has broken down quite a bit this year, and he's a guy that rushes throws. I mean, he has 11 interceptions on the season.
He doesn't want to take sacks.
I know. He doesn't want to take sacks, but you don't want to give the ball to the other team. So I think that's the big key today is that if they want to win, if they want to win this game against Highland, who's won, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 games in a row, and their last loss was a non-region play at the beginning of the year. So I think the Deacons got to have a clean sheet with the interceptions, fumbles, sacks, like stuff like that's got to be in a playoff game. He's just got to be more conscientious.
So you're putting a big emphasis on Deacon's play tonight.
And the offensive line.
Yeah.
Those two together.
Yeah,
I think the
Deacon-
line's the issue.
Yeah.
Deacon has thrown for 2,008 yards so far this season, but you're right, 8 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. And I remember early in the season, a couple of them, it was halftime, he was heaving into the end zone trying to make a play as time was expiring. So that number can be a little bit misleading.
And he's a gunslinger.
But
He's a Brett Favre type.
Yes.
He's going to let it fly.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with it. He's got a big arm, and he's connected on some long touchdowns this season.
Yeah.
But I still go back to the Cedar game, to that drive to try and win the game. He threw into, I think, triple coverage a couple times and was picked off. So he's just got to have really good decision-making tonight. Deacon, I go back with him a long time. He's a friend. I want to see him do well.
Yeah.
And I hope that he has a good game tonight. I really think that he'll be the key if they win.
Barisi has been great in the rushing attack.
Yeah.
Jason Malafu has been great in the rushing attack. Troy and Jason Malafau, these two guys have been the heart and soul of this team, you could argue, as far as physicality and tackles. And Castle has been right there in the same. Isaiah Johnson. They're trying to get into a matchup where they can go out to Hurricane next Friday on Halloween. They want to spend Halloween in the Tigers Den, but they've got to beat Highland tonight on the road.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough task.
Anything else you see in this game? Highland, they don't scare me, but then you look at the 6 straight wins and you look at their region. Their region is not as good as our region. There's no question in my mind, Paulie.
I would agree with
but
that.
how does the crossover play out tonight? I really want to believe that Desert Hills and Dixie should go hang tonight, and at least one should win, and maybe one falls, and both games should be close. But I have no idea tonight. I always say, and I have for years, expect the unexpected in Region 9. Maybe Region 9 can go on the road, gel, put their best game of the season, and blow the other team out on their home field. Who knows?
I mean, they got the athletes, both teams. So, it's just about execution and being able to execute the coach's game plan. I think if we have Coach Liebert on, I'd like to get his take on what their plan is today and what they're trying to attack. I think there's a lot of things with this Highland team. I mean, they're obviously a high-scoring team. They score, during region play, we're scoring regularly 40 points. So, Dixie's going to have to let it fly, play some fast. I mean, that's their thing. They like to get up to the line quick. They like no huddle. That's better for Deacon and Cody Wilstead, the OC. So I think they're going to go quick. They're going to try and score some points. And then the opposite in the Desert Hills game, I think they bog it down and just play time of possession war all night. So very contrasting styles for me for both these games. I think Dixie's got to get in a track meet, and I think Desert Hills has got to slow it down.
Yeah. Other 4A playoff games tonight: Murray at East, Juan Diego at Skyview, Mountain View at Salem Hills, Bear River at Timpanogos, Uinta is at Mountain Crest, and Tooele is at Skyline. And then, of course, you got the two games that we'll have links up on our website. We've got the links up to fansportsnetwork.com. They will be. And then we'll also get those out on our social media as well. And we will be heading up to do that Dixie Highland game. And our friends at Cache Valley Media will be bringing you the Green Canyon Desert Hills game. All right, got to get to a timeout. Back in a flash to the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Hey, baby. What's up? I used to love Wyclef.
Okay.
And the Refugee All-Stars.
All
I used to
right.
jam this album all the time.
back
This
in
brings back
Pullman.
some memories. Back in the RC. Yeah, Devin, Tara, Paulie. Show today brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. If you're not vibing and not feeling the energy, could be low T. Get your T tested at Game Day Men's Health. They're the experts. They specialize in it. By the way, they're doing a cool giveaway for a Blackstone grill. They partner with a Habit fitness coach, personal trainer in town, and they're giving away a Blackstone grill. So if you go to Game Day's social media or at Habit Fitness Coach, you can. I think you have to share it to your story, and you're automatically entered to win a Blackstone grill. You could cook up some good baby back ribs on that grill,
Oh, yeah.
couldn't you, Paulie?
That's right.
Some filet.
Absolutely.
And all
Some good stuff. Some hibachi stuff.
Little
Yeah,
brisket.
there we go.
Yeah,
Do a
I
little-
like that.
Do a little brisket.
Yeah, I think you could if you wanted to, right? I mean, that's more a smoker thing, but
Yeah.
like a Blackstone is like one of those
like
flat
the
tops,
hot stones
like a
that-
griddle type
Okay,
thing.
so that's more for like breakfast.
Like
It's like
breakfast,
Anasazi
pancakes.
stone,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know my grills,
yeah,
obviously.
the Blackstone.
All
is the
I know
flat
is they
top.
cost like $400.
Yes.
They're not cheap.
They're not
and
cheap.
you could win one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Go to Game Day Men's Health, get your T tested, check out the details on social media, or hop on over to at Habit Fitness Coach and go share that to your story, and you could be entered to win a Blackstone grill. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, we've got. You know what I want to do right now, Paulie?
What's
we
that?
only have a couple minutes. We got to take another break because we've been long-winded today.
Tease the tickets.
We got some tickets. We got some Battle for the Axe tickets. The Feud on 15. Paulie likes to call it the Red Rock rivalry. Some people call it the Color Country Clash. Others call it not a rivalry, at all. But we've got tickets. We've got tickets. So I want to get the text line going. Text rivals. Text keyword rivals to 435-990-9950. 435-990-9950. Or you can call that number right now. I want to give some tickets away to a listener on the air. I haven't talked to a listener this week. Have I
need a
ever talked
listener.
to a listener this week?
I don't think so.
No.
I was talking to a couple at the golf course yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I haven't talked to anybody on the phone lines. So call us up. You want to go to the Utah Tech SU game tomorrow night here in St. George, Greater Zion Stadium. Hit us up on the hotline right now, 435-990-9950, and we will give you tickets. Patch them through, Tara. I want to talk to them live on the radio.
Hey, I'm going to patch you through.
All right. Well, I want to see who our winner is. Welcome to the program. How are we doing this morning? You're the winning caller. What's your name?
This is Michael and Barbin.
Hey! Oh, I love hearing from the ladies on a Feel Good Friday morning. How we feeling today?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. What's your score?
Football game tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. All right. I got 2 tickets for you for the rivalry game. Do you think Utah Tech and SUU is a rivalry game?
Of course.
Okay,
I
good.
think Utah Tech is going to win.
I love it.
There it
Okay.
is.
That's what. See, this is why we need to talk to listeners more often. We get bold statements like that.
I like
the
that.
confidence level is high for Tech. All right. Hang on the line. We'll get some info from you. We'll put these in your name at the studio. Thanks for listening this morning, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Paul, do you agree? Do you think Utah Tech is going to win? They lost in overtime last year.
They did lose 37-34 in OT. It was a tough game, hard fought on the road in Cedar last year. Home field going to play big for the Blazers here. I think I'm going to go Blazers as well.
All right, we got to get to a timeout here in a minute, but I love the fact that this is a home game. I love the fact that they've got a bunch of newcomers to the rival. We've got a lot of newcomers to rival. I can't get past that fact before the season started that there's 51 new players for just Utah Tech playing in this rivalry game. 51. 51, Paulie.
Yeah.
Like, that's half your football team that's
That
new,
is.
that's never played in this rivalry game before. They are new players to this program. I don't know the number for SU off the top of my head, but I bet it's 30. I bet it's 35. I mean, there's a lot of newcomers. You always got your freshman class, and you always got your mid-year transfers, and you got your portal guys. I know probably more for Tech than SUU.
Yeah.
But not crazy amount more. I don't think it's more than 20. Still, 51 is a high number.
That's a big number.
Is that the norm in college football now?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, West
Probably.
Virginia turned over like 85 players.
All right, we got to get to a timeout. Hour 1 in the books. Hour 2 coming up when we come back on the Fan Sports Network.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Man, you guys can sing this morning. Paulie, way to hit those high falsettos.
I'm hitting them.
Yes. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking through the break with us here on the Fan Sports Network. Utah Tech SU tickets are hot. The phones won't stop ringing. I was getting worried the phones were not going to stop ringing because we have calling in and joining us now on the program, head football coach Lance Anderson. I was like, holy cow, hopefully the lines aren't all tied up and too busy to get Coach locked in. But we've got Coach locked in now, joining us on a Football Friday for Utah Tech fans, for SU fans. This is a fun one. Tomorrow night, Greater Zion Stadium. It's the battle for the axe. Anytime you're playing for a trophy, it's a big thing. I know some people say we need more longevity to make this a bigger rivalry. We need time, and we need, a bunch of extracurricular activities, and I know we want both teams to be undefeated going into this game, but I still think I'm not overhyping the fact that the last 4 out of 5 games have been really tremendous. And let's go to Coach Lance Anderson right now. Coach, good morning. How we doing on rivalry weekend? Am I overhyping it, Coach? My first question to you. Am I overselling the rivalry between Utah Tech and SUU?
No, I think this is a great rivalry, and just everything you alluded to. I mean, I think this has a chance to get a lot bigger too, as time goes on, as we both move into the big sky, as these programs continue to grow and develop. But yeah, just the proximity, how we're fighting for a lot of the same recruits. It's certainly a big rivalry. There's no question about that.
Would it be bigger if you guys were 5-1 and they were 5-1, Coach? Would it feel bigger if you guys were both, looking at, making the FCS playoffs? Did that make it bigger?
I think maybe there's a little bit more on the line in cases like that when you're fighting for a conference championship. You're fighting for a berth in the FCS playoffs. But still, I mean, when you line up on Saturday, I mean, it's big. There's no question about that.
From a coaching perspective, do you get do you even get butterflies anymore before kickoff, Coach? You probably do. That's why you're still doing this, right? You still get amped up, don't you, to coach?
Oh, you certainly get excited about it. I probably maybe don't get as nervous as I used to, but yeah, you're looking so forward to the game, and you're excited for game day to come. There's no question about that.
Go ahead, Paulie.
And Coach, I just wondered if you thought about this at the level I have, is that SUU really is a mirror image of you guys at the quarterback position with Burns and Barron, and you guys have Reggie and Bronson, one the thrower, one the runner. Have you ever thought about how the teams kind of mirror each other in the quarterback room a little bit going into this game?
Especially this week as we went on and watched a lot more film and things. Yeah, you can certainly see that where Bronson Barbin and Bronson Barron, there's definitely some comparisons there, and then just the way they especially used Will Burns early in the year, before he started that Tarleton game, and the way we use Reggie, you see some similar characteristics in those two quarterbacks.
Yeah, Lance Anderson on with us here. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. I know at the high school level, talking with a lot of high school coaches, they hate homecoming week. I mean, they deal with it, but they hate all the distractions and the powder puff game, and their players are coaching the powder puff game, and then they're thinking about getting their tuxedo and going to the dance. I feel like at college, homecoming doesn't have that level of distractions. Is that true or false, Coach?
No, I think that's true. There's not maybe quite the same level of distraction, but there are still more events, and our players are maybe asked to do a little bit more just off the field during this week than in a typical week. You mentioned the powder puff game, and there's practices that the guys are involved in, and there's the game last night. There's other events on campus that they've asked our guys to participate in, and it might be short and not a big distraction, but it's something else on their plate, something else they're doing. So I think for them, just with those numbers of activities and things going on, it definitely makes it feel like a little bit different week.
I feel like by scheduling this game as the homecoming game, that is an effort, I think, to add to the rivalry. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't know if that was intended to be that way. I could be wrong, but I think it does, maybe especially here at Utah Tech and on campus with all those additional events, and the fact that we're playing Southern Utah in that homecoming game, and it's a big rivalry game anyway. I think it does add to the rivalry, at least, from our perspective, for sure.
And Coach, one of the best units on your team all season has been the offensive line. Only allowing 6 sacks through this amount of games is incredible. The growth from last year to this year, just talk about that, Coach. They've made monumental strides.
Yeah, that's an area where we were very inexperienced last year. We certainly struggled at times, both in pass protection and getting our run game going. And we're certainly not perfect. We're not exactly where we want to be yet, but we have made major strides with that group. I think that group has played very well together. They work well together. We've been able to weather some injuries on the offensive line where other guys have had to step in and step up, and they've done a good job of doing that. And just as you alluded to with the stat with the sacks, I mean, we are much better at protecting our quarterback and giving those guys time to throw. We have done a better job of being able to establish a run game and be able to run the football. And we're still working on those areas, but it is certainly an area that has improved quite a bit from last season.
And Coach, just to follow up, you mentioned you've weathered the storm with some injuries along the offensive line. The depth from year 1 to year 2 at multiple positions along amongst the team has gotten incredibly, I would say, exponentially better in my mind. Just talk about the depth at multiple position groups. I think that it's gotten strides from last year.
It has, because, like most football teams, I mean, you're going to go through some injuries. You're going to have some guys banged up. You're going to have some guys missing games. Unfortunately, you have some season-ending injuries. And when those things happen, you have to have depth. You have to have guys step up. You have to have guys ready to play. And maybe we weren't quite as ready to do that last year, but I think we are in a better place this year where when guys have been injured, other guys have stepped in and they have played at a high level. And just during the course of a game, I mean, these are physical football games. Guys get wore down. Guys need rest. You want to bring guys in, and you want to bring guys in who are playing at a high level, and we've been much better at doing that. And I think that's part of building a program. I mean, you've got to get your guys bigger, faster, stronger. You got to establish more depth so that you can rotate guys, so you can weather some of those injuries. And we have certainly improved. I think that's why we've been much more competitive this year. But you still see that we have room to grow. We've still got to be better. And as we continue to develop that depth and just keep bringing more talent into the program and just getting these guys reps and getting them better as football players, that's where now we're going to start finishing these games in the fourth quarter. We're going to start winning these games. But I think we're definitely on the right track. And we hope that during this last stretch of the season, these last 5 games, we can find a way to finish more of these games.
Coach, when you look in the mirror, you look at your own roster, what units, what players do you feel like really have to be ready to step up in a big way for you guys to win tomorrow night?
Okay, I mean, Southern Utah, just the time that I've been here and a couple of years watching them on film, they are a physical football team. I mean, they want to play a physical game in all areas. On offense, they want to run the ball. They want to establish the run. Kind of everything starts with that. So defensively, I mean, our front 7, I mean, really to stop the run, it requires everybody. But starting with our D-line, we've got to be able to knock some guys off the ball. We've got to be able to fit the run everywhere. We've got to be able to tackle. So that's going to be, a big component. And I know statistically, maybe Southern Utah looks like they're a little bit down defensively this year. Last week against Abilene Christian, they were very, very good at forcing turnovers. I mean, 4 turnovers, that really, decided the game. So we've got to be able to match that physicality on offense as well, where, again, you've talked about the offensive line. That group's got to play well. But we got to be physical everywhere, be able to block on the perimeter. Our running backs need to run hard. They need to make guys miss. Receivers, tight ends, when they get the ball in their hands, they've got to run hard, make guys miss. So I think that whole level of physicality is going to be a big piece of deciding, who wins this football game.
Coach, is Joshua Dye the most complete, talented running back you've faced this season?
I really think so. The more I watch, boy, the better he looks. I think he probably is the best running back we played so far this season. He is a really good football player.
Yeah, they filled in for Targi Lamson quickly with Joshua Dye.
I
There's
didn't
no
expect
question.
that.
No, they certainly have. I remember last year seeing that he was a senior, and then hearing that he was leaving, and I was thinking, oh boy, thank goodness he is gone. Thank goodness we don't have to play against him again. And they bring in a guy that is just as good or better. So he's a really good football player, and he's someone we have to be able to at least slow down a little bit on Saturday. We can't let him break off a lot of explosive runs, make a lot of big plays if we want to have a chance to win this game.
Coach, I'm stuck on the number 51. I have been really since the offseason because that's the amount of new players that are going to be playing in this rivalry game for the very first time. What approach are you taking with the new guys, if any? Or are you just coaching them up just like any other week?
We're really approaching this like any other week. We're coaching, just like we would. So, I mean, we don't really want our, preparation, our practice, our meetings to really be any different. So that preparation is the same. Even though you mentioned, 51 new guys, and a lot of those guys are new to this rivalry, but a lot of those kids are, Utah kids, or they're from the region. They know a little bit about this rivalry. They know some of those guys they're going to be playing against on Saturday. So I think they understand a little bit about what this week's about.
I'm just a little curious, so I'm going to ask the question. Coach Fitzgerald mentioned how this game is important for recruiting. I heard you mention how important this game is for recruiting. How often are you and SUU recruiting the same player? Can you give us like a guesstimation? I mean, is it you guys on 20 the same kids in the offseason, or is it more or less than that? I'm just curious on that front.
I think it's a high percent. I think it may be. We're both recruiting maybe 75% of the same players.
Wow.
Maybe even higher than that to some level, or because, I mean, obviously all the in-state kids that we feel are FCS level players, I think both programs are having a lot of contact with those kids. And just, our proximity, we draw from a lot of the same areas. I mean, the Las Vegas area, both programs are going to recruit there. Southern California, I think Southern Utah's done a really good job of recruiting in the state of Arizona. They've had some good kids there. We had not had many Arizona kids on our roster when I got here, but we're trying to make, Arizona more of a recruiting area for us. And we find when we go there, we're competing against Southern Utah for a lot of these kids. It's interesting, Devin, you mentioned it, but just with so many kids wanting to come through and visit, whether it's coming to summer camps, coming to spring practices, things like that, it's amazing how many times that, whether it's a kid driving from Southern California, Vegas, Arizona, they talk about, coach, we're stopping here, but we're on our way up to Southern Utah after this, or we planned a trip to Southern Utah, we wanted to stop here on the way, and then the same thing about kids coming down from Northern Utah. So I mean, we certainly do recruit a lot of the same kids, and there's a lot of recruiting battles between the two programs.
Fun question here for you, and then we'll let you go, Coach Anderson, Utah Tech, our guest here on the show. In your mind, who is more likely to run a trick play with Bronson Barron and Will Burns, or is it you guys with Reggie Graff and Bronson Barbin? Who's likely to run a trickeration play earlier in the game in the rivalry?
Jeez, it's 50-50.
I like that.
So.
That's private.
You got two quarterbacks. You got
That's game planning stuff at this point.
You can put two quarterbacks on the field at the same time. I want to
get
know
it.
who's gonna go to the bag of tricks
It's not
first.
going to show his hand
No.
before,
I know.
Yeah.
Fine. Paulie says.
Those plays are in the game plan. You know that. We'll see.
Thank you, Coach. Paulie's poking holes in my question.
Well, you can't have the trust tree with like the entire radio listening. He can't give out his game plan.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be the first play of the game.
Right.
Don't know what it could. Might not even be a trick play in the whole first half. It could be the third quarter. It still could be the first one. I'm not giving away any secrets. There's a lot of offense. Could be 75 offensive plays snapped on Saturday. You don't know which one it's going to be, right, Coach?
That's exactly right. And I'll tell you what. A lot of times, the success of those trick plays, it's all about timing and calling those things at the right time. So, we got some things ready, and but we're looking forward to going out and competing. But we know where the game's really going to be determined by just that toughness, physicality, tackling, blocking, just being able to do those fundamental things.
All right, I got one more follow-up. If there's not a trick play ran this game, I am going to be very disappointed. That's all I'm going to say. Paulie, what's your final question for Coach?
Final question to send Coach out on. What kind of environment, Coach, are you expecting at Greater Zion Stadium? We should have a good excess of Cedar fans coming down for SUU, and then our side, I'm hoping, is full and the Stampede is rocking.
Oh, I do too, and I think so. There just seems to be a lot of energy, a lot of excitement on campus and in the area this week. And just because of how close these two schools are located to each other, I would expect that we're going to have a lot of people there on Saturday night, and I think it's going to be a great environment, a lot of energy, for some great FCS football.
That's a great question, Paul. And I have a bet with Coach Delane Fitzgerald. A round of golf at Black Desert Resort. I say it's a sellout. Coach Fitzgerald says it's not. So can you text? How much family do you have, Coach? Can we get enough people into that stadium to sell this thing out?
We will do all we can today to try to make sure that thing's packed on Saturday night.
That's right.
Send out those group texts. Let's get the social media ramped up a notch or 20. Coach Lance Anderson, Coach, we always enjoy having you stop by in our chats on Fridays. So thanks for the time, and we'll send people down to the stadium tomorrow night. Should be a lot of fun. 6 o'clock kickoff.
Sounds great. Thanks, you guys.
All right, Lance Anderson, head coach of the Utah Tech Trailblazers. There's going to be a big tailgate starting at 4. You got to get down there for the fun. They'll be throwing some cornhole. There'll be free food. There'll be music. There'll be a lot of vendor booths. A lot of fun stuff you can do down there. Get down to the tailgate, and then again, we'll be on the air at 5 o'clock with the pregame show on the Fan Sports Network, and then kickoff at 6.
Yep.
Got to take a break. Back in a flash. Rolling through the drive on a feel-good football-filled Friday. We're not done talking local football. Greg Croshaw is going to join us in less than 15 minutes. Coach is going to get honored tomorrow night at the football game. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. He's going to join us in 2 segments from right now. And keep your ears on. I might give away another pair of tickets for tomorrow night's game as well. So keep listening. The old tease. Paulie says I need to tease it. So keep listening, and I guarantee I'll give away more tickets to tomorrow night's game back after this timeout. Show today brought to you by our friends at St. George Tent Shop. Tent your ride, make it look good and cooler. We've got a lot of hot days in southern Utah. Now's a great time to tent your car. Go over there and see the best in the business at St. George Tent Shop. Back in a flash. Hey, we're back, everybody. Paulie says I know how to tease these Utah Tech tickets a little more, so we're going to be giving away more tickets. SU coming down for the feud on 15, the battle for the axe, and here to talk about something inside of the game, which I think is pretty awesome, with our good buddy. He's in the crow's nest. Greg Croshaw joining us now live in studio, gracing us with his presence. If you're watching on our live stream on youtube.com/The Drive, you can see Coach hasn't aged a bit.
Really, where's the camera?
The camera's right here. Right there. There you go. You're looking right at it. See these things on the desk?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'd comb my hair if I had any.
Yeah. No, you look good in a hat, man. How the heck are you?
Huh?
How the heck are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Real good.
Oh, what was the call like when they said, "Hey, we're going to honor you at the football game Saturday"? What was that conversation like?
Kind of started a little bit slow. I mean, I don't know why, but Ken Beasley's a long time guy that I've known. I actually offered him a coaching job twice.
Yeah.
And, it didn't work out. He wanted to get in administration. He's done a great job there. But anyway, and then Rod Zundel, I think he was kind of behind some of it. He's probably the best quarterback I never recruited.
Bear River High School?
Bear River High School.
Don't they just run the ball at Bear River?
Yeah, I don't know, but he gets on me all the time. He said, I would have started.
What, do you have to go to Rick's or something?
I think he did, yeah. And he said, I would have started for you. And I said, no, you wouldn't. He said, yes, I would, because I ended up with a wide receiver playing quarterback. I had 5 guys get hurt that season. So I guess by
default,
you kind of would have been.
He probably would have been the starter. Yeah, we actually played a bowl game with a guy named John Smiley, who was a great receiver, but we had to play him at quarterback. And
did you win the game?
Yeah. He pulled it out.
Yeah, so you didn't need Rod after all.
That's right. and then another great Rod story is our son TD was playing in the Vegas Bowl, and he was down there covering it, and I run into him, somewhere on the strip or wherever they were doing all that stuff, and I didn't have a room, and he said, "Oh, just bunk out in my room." So I went in there. I think I was sleeping on the floor. I get the story screwed up, but I don't think he ever came back to the room. I don't know if I ended up in the bed. I don't know what he was doing, but
on a heater at the tables or something, huh?
Yeah. Oh. So he's been a great friend for a long time.
I love it. 214 wins, and that's a lot of wins, Coach. 214 wins.
Yes, it is.
At
and
Dixie.
it's because of obviously great players, but I was fortunate to have two of the best assistant coaches ever anywhere, in Gordon Jolly and Kelly Smith.
Yeah.
And I had them for 22 years. I mean, that's pretty amazing. And they were as big a part of it as anything. And then the kids just kept showing up and they were buying in. And I think we did a better than average job of recruiting. And
you think 17 WSFL titles, 15-5 your postseason record.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kids. That's not, that's players. And you can put them in the right position, but they've got to get, that.
Yeah.
They've got to get it done. And one of my most interesting games was I don't know how we did it. A guy that never made a tackle all year for us tackled Corey Dillon when he was playing in Kansas at the end of a game, and we won. And then the next year, Corey played for us.
Yeah.
And that made it real easy. When I had him, that was real easy. I gave him he came in about a week before, because he'd left Kansas, and a coach called and said, "Hey, Dylan's on the bus." And I called his mom and said, "We get to Denver, I got to change buses. I got a ticket to come to St. George." And he did. And we put in 2 plays. And he came to me and said, "Coach, we got any more plays than this?" And I said, "Hey, Dylan, here's the deal. You run these and we'll talk after the game." And it was sweep and lead.
Left and right?
Yeah. And he carried the ball like 35 times for 300-something yards and 5 TDs. And so Monday morning, I'm in my office, or Monday afternoon, and Dylan walks by the door, and I said, "Hey, Dylan." He said, "Coach, these will be enough."
We don't need any more plays.
That's right.
These are good.
He's good with
and
that
I told him,
playbook.
I said, "Hey, Dylan, here's the deal. The more plays we put in, there's 5 offensive linemen. Every one of them can screw up, and you get the heck knocked out of you." And he said, "Well, I never thought of it that way." And I said, "Well, there you go. That's
yeah."
And then we went back to New England, Gordon and I, to practice. And Dylan left the huddle and ran to the sideline. And I thought, "Oh, we're in trouble now. Belichick's going to come unglued." And Belichick says, "What are you doing, Dylan?" He said, "Coach, I want you to meet the best coach I ever played for." And I thought, "Oh, now I'm really in trouble." And so Belichick blows his whistle, calls all the team over. And they're all looking around like, what's going on? And he said, I just want everybody to meet the best coach Dylan ever played for.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That it couldn't have went better.
Yeah. And we had a lot of guys like that. I mean, just, Roderick Johnson replaced Dylan and set the all-time record for single-season rushing.
Yeah.
I mean, Gordon did such a good job with the offensive line that enabled those guys to run and take advantage of their skill set.
It was fun. Coach and I, this is about 5 or 6 years ago, we did Where Are They Now segment, and we went and called about 6 or 8 of your former players. You would come in the studio, we would call them, and you and I would tell stories and interview them, and that was fun, hearing where those guys at today, them attributing how much they learned playing football for you here and how it made them grow up as a man and be a better dad, father, business worker, all those things. That was pretty cool for me.
It was really cool for me, and I have said all along, I don't know if the city of St. George understands what impact they had on kids. I mean, I pick up a kid at the airport or the bus station and go somewhere and get out of the car, and I say, Coach, you left your keys in the car. I say, yeah, well, that way I don't lose them. I don't have to worry about losing my car. I worry about losing my keys. And, just the way the environment, a lot of kids from inner cities and different places had no clue you could live like this. And like I say, I credit St. George to a lot of the success because it was a great experience for a lot of kids.
Absolutely. And Coach, just talk about the year you've had. You're enshrined in 2 Hall of Fames. The NGCAA Coach's Legacy Award was given to you this year as well. It's been a monumentous year to be Greg Croshaw. A lot of people seeing how great of a coach you were and finally recognized for it. That's awesome.
Well, it's because of I happen to be the right guy at the right time. I mean, Dixie, I think when I got here, they might have won 1 or 2 games the previous 2 years. There was a guy named Alton Wade, the president, said, hey, I'm tired of this. They organized a booster club. They put together some scholarship. And I was a guy fortunate enough to come in and get that. And then, like I say, I had Bill Jacobson early, who was a great coach.
Yeah, Coach Jake.
And he went to high school, and then we replaced him with Gordon, which was, certainly not a downslide. I mean, Gordon did a great job. And have that kind of longevity. I mean, I look at people like Coach Edwards, Coach McBride. They stayed in one place for a long time. They had loyalty in the community with the players, with the coaches, and that's what we tried to emulate, and we're able to do that for many years. And that Legacy Award was really quite interesting. They had every sport in the NJCAA, and they had criteria you had to meet to get in there. So it was 200 wins for football, and there were 6 of them. 3 had passed away, so I felt fortunate to be able to stagger up on the stage and get that. And I think I learned about it here in this studio.
Yeah, there you go.
I had no clue.
We surprised you. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
You can give a little credit to Ken Beazer for that one, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was
There's
awesome.
a lot of, absolutely. And so to go back, and there was myself and 2 other guys. One, we had played in a bowl game here years ago from Illinois. And, heck, I forgot. I mean, I can't remember where I live half the time. And he was talking about the game and what happened, and then it all popped in my head. They had the ball from Illinois, and I can't remember the name of the school, but they had the ball, and they were ahead by, I don't know, less than a touchdown, but they had 4th and about a foot or 2 to go, and they decided to go for it on about the 40-yard line, and somebody called timeout. I don't believe it was me. And I had Scott Young. I don't know if you remember that name.
I know Scott. Yeah,
he was playing defensive tackle and could pick up the world. He was so strong. I said, hey, just go on 1, Scott. Line up on the center. Go on 1. If we're offsides, we get beat. If they're smart enough to go on 2. And if not, just take the whole. So Scott goes on 1, has the center, the quarterback. He has everybody wrapped up. And we get the ball back. They don't make first down. And then there's less, I don't know, make the story better, I guess. I'm telling the story. But there's not much time left. And we've got Mahe on the right. And this coach said, he said, I made 2 big mistakes. One, I didn't go on 2, and then we tried to cover Mahe, and he was on the left side, and we got flushed out of the pocket and scrambled to the right. And Mahe comes clear across the field, catches a ball, and gets down close enough. I think we kicked a field goal, but we win the game. And, he reminded me of it. I would have never. But, to have 200 wins, first of all, you have to have the longevity. And second of all, you got to have the kind of players that can do it. And we reached 200 wins faster than anybody in NJCA history.
Yeah, and in 17 titles, the WSFL. You were the 8-time Coach of the Year. 5 times you were the College Coach of the Year. And this is probably something I want to ask you about this. You never had a losing season here at Dixie College.
No, never had a losing season.
You got to take some pride in that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I started out 5-5. We played Rick's on the last game in the Sun Bowl.
Yeah.
By the way, have you seen the Sun Bowl lately? I drove by there. What's going
They're
in there?
redoing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's only been there since 1902 or 1889 or something.
It's going to be sweet. I saw the renderings of it. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they're going to be playing football games there anymore, though.
Well, I don't know that they have.
Yeah.
Maybe Little League or something.
Well, I mean, I remember playing some flag football games there, years ago.
But it was the greatest place. Dixie High. When I first came, Dixie High played there. We played there.
Yeah.
The old-time guys would walk the rim. They'd follow the ball up and down and
Walk around in a circle.
and they'd always pull out a chunk of something. And I'd say, "What in the heck is that?" And it was deer jerky. And they'd cut a piece off with their pocket knife. And I said, "Nah, maybe leave me out of that." But I finally got to where I took a chunk. But anyway, the great history. We would leave and for halftime and go across the street out the gate, out the chute, and in some guy's yard. And he came out and I said, "Oh, I'm really sorry." He said, No, this is great. You can turn on the hose and have a drink if you.
There you go.
Just start spraying the guys down.
Yeah.
Oh, good old days.
Well, there was one game. It wasn't me, but the best story I've ever heard. Carl Brooks told it. They were playing somebody out of California, JC, and guy takes the opening kickoff from the other team, goes 100 yards for a touchdown. Dixie punts. He returns the punt for a touchdown. They finally hold him. They run a play from scrimmage. First play goes for a touchdown. Somebody said, "Who the heck is that guy?" Frank Gifford. It was Frank Gifford.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he told a story. I don't know if it was the same game, but he told a story. They had a guy on the Dixie team, and he's on the ground. And I said, "What are you doing?" Whatever, He said, "I lost my glass eye." And so they called timeout, and both teams are searching the grass trying to find the guy's glass eye. And they finally,
That's a tough football player.
they finally find it, and he puts it in his mouth, licks it off, and pops it back in. And there you go. And that's when guys were guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. You want to hear more stories? There's going to be an open house for football alumni and families from 4 to 5:30 at the Alumni House right there across from the stadium. And then Coach Croshaw is going to be honored at halftime. I don't know much more than that, Coach.
And neither do I.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
They like to keep you guessing.
I'm in some kind of parade, and I said, "Is my wife invited?" And Beezer said, "No, it's only 2-seater." So I don't know if I'm on the back of a double bicycle.
Might be a nice convertible, Coach.
Yeah.
Sitting up on those open top.
I don't know. I've been practicing my parade wave. And
Nice.
It's the elbow, wrist,
Coach
wrist.
Croshaw and the homecoming queen.
Yeah. There
So
you go.
so you're going to be in the parade.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you down there in the morning then.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what time it starts?
No, but my wife will hurt
9
me.
o'clock.
There you go.
It starts at 9 o'clock. So you probably want to be there about 8:30.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
least by
that's-
8:30.
She'll get you there, right,
Look for a
Coach?
2-seater, and I'll be ready to go.
That's right. Shoot, you were never late for a meeting your whole life.
No. Well, I had, in the old days, if you were 15 minutes, if you were less than 15 minutes early,
You were late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Man, times have changed, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You hear Tua 2 weeks ago, like team guys are late and not even coming to player only meetings. It's like
right.
what is going on in Miami? They can't even make their own player meeting on time. It's not the coaches meeting, the players meeting.
Yeah.
They're really buying in down there at the
Exactly.
Dolphins.
They're all in.
Coach, how the Eagles doing? You're still coaching? Eagles,
Yeah.
you guys playing semi-pro?
We're 5-2, I believe.
5-2.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's a fun deal. I really enjoy it. It's for kids that get passed by everybody, or come off missions, or didn't play. I mean, it's a bunch of guys that just really want to have a chance to play, and so it's great. It's great fun. We
This is season number 3, right?
yeah. We practice at 5:45. I have a hard time rolling out of bed, but I get there.
Oh,
No wonder I'm not seeing you on your morning walks this fall.
Yeah, not in the fall. Yeah, I'm out at Little Valley on the soccer field trying to figure out what line is what, but we get it worked out.
There you go.
And the kids are, they get a chance to academically get things done and athletically. And, we've been very fortunate. We've had, the first year we had, I think, 20 or 21 kids go on and play, leaving here most of them scholarship, but not not big time schools. But hey, they're playing.
Yeah, that's
NAIA
awesome.
schools, small, Division II schools, and then the last year we had, I think, 23 or 4, and we had guys sign like at Utah and Texas A&M, and things. The caliber's picking up, and so. But the main thing is they get a chance to play and then move on.
Yeah. Good stuff. When's the next game?
We have a bye right now, and then we play the other team in our league, the Ogden Jets here in St. George.
Yep.
And at Dixie High School on I think 1 or 2 o'clock, something, I don't know.
So on November 1st.
Yeah.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, and then snow the Monday, 8 days after on a Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 games left.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
Both
stuff.
at Dixie High.
The legend, everybody, Greg Croshaw, hanging out with us here. Coach, enjoy the weekend.
Oh, I'll do that.
Don't
Yeah.
get some WD-40 on that elbow.
Yeah.
For that wave.
My wrist, you got to get the wave down.
right.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you guys for all the all your opportunities you give me over the years, and
Yeah, we love having you.
it's a great relationship, and I really enjoy it.
I want to see how far you can throw the candy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're not going to be very far. It'll be stand next to the car. That's what
There you go.
wherever the car.
Have some kids running up to the car to
He'll
grab.
just tell Beezer, stop the car, dump the bag out.
Don't get run over by the tires.
I'll never forget the story about the injured player that was dehydrated that you guys threw in the back of the pickup truck and took to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
That might be the most epic story I've ever heard.
One of the best defensive linemen we've ever had. He got heat stroke or something, passed out. So Kelly Smith gets his pickup truck, and we throw him in the back and get him down to the hospital. Well, we get to the hospital, and he comes to, and he starts. So now we're chasing him around the neighborhood. He's delusional, and finally get him in the hospital, come back and get him when they get him hydrated. And I said, how you doing? He said, I feel pretty good, but my back really hurts. And I said, well, let me see. And we look at it, and we laid him on the back of the pickup, and it was like 110. And the bolts on the pickup had branded him in the back. He had 2 great big.
Jeez.
I said, oh, yeah, well, I'll go away. It'll be all right.
Fine, yeah. Rub some dirt on it.
Lyman. His last name was Lyman, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back when men were men.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, quit whining.
Greg Croshaw, everybody. If you're going to the SUU at Utah Tech game, swing by the alumni house, say hi to Coach Croshaw, and then watch for the presentation, the Legacy of Leadership
Doug
Award.
Allred's going to be there. Coach
Really?
Allred. Yeah, that's what they told me yesterday.
Good. When's the last time you saw Coach?
Oh, I drop by. I try to see him at least a couple times a year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I take him a pie on Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
and then I stop by. And
I didn't know where my pie went this Thanksgiving. I think
I don't
somebody
know.
stole
You
it
must
from the
not
porch.
have been there. I give him around. I
Yeah.
mean, anyway, he.
I came to your garage before. Coach has got a
I
stack
get all
of
the pies.
pies.
I get all the pies that are left over, and we try to take them to the hospital and the
Oh,
police
nice.
Yeah.
and the firemen and
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
It's
That
good
is cool.
stuff. If you want a Croshaw pie for Thanksgiving, you better order them now.
Yeah,
though.
I think it starts next Monday.
Yeah, start ordering next Monday.
Yeah, I missed one time, and I had to stand out in line to get them. They wouldn't.
They wouldn't let you in.
No, I'm standing in line
You
like
had
at
to wait in
5 in the
line.
morning, and people said, "Are you Croshaw?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "I'm with my people."
There you go. Man of the people. Always has been.
Well, thanks, you
I
guys.
just envision you in line out there,
Oh,
just
people
hanging
with
out.
camping chairs. Yeah, it's a heck of a deal.
Yeah.
I said, you guys must want a pie bad.
They must be really good. Greg Croshaw, everybody. Always good to see you, Crow.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Watch for him at the Utah Tech game. By the way, I promised another pair of tickets. We'll open up the phone lines. We'll do the winner in the break. We do need to get to a break. 435-990-9950. We'll take caller number 3. We're sending you. You can see Coach Croshaw get honored at halftime of the SUU Utah Tech game. Hit us up if you want to go to the game. We'll be right back. Hey, we're back. It's a Feel Good Friday. Football Friday. Lance Anderson, the guests, were rolling in here second hour. Then just moments ago, the legendary voice of Greg Croshaw.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's awesome.
I had some former players texting me. I didn't see the text until Coach left, but they're like, ask him who was the best linebacker that ever played for me. You know, he coached a lot of guys, man, over 22 years. A lot of guys went through that program. A lot of them went on to D1 and then even into the NFL, like the Corey Dillons and the Reno Mahes and the Rudy Johnsons and so on and so forth. Got to coach his kids. You know, TD was quarterback at the U after here, and it's just a lot of fun, a lot of good memories for Greg Croshaw. So it's pretty cool they're giving this legacy award, honoring him at the football game. Tara, tell us who won the tickets. Chad Draper. Chadley is our winner.
Chadley is our winner.
We had Michaela and Tyler and Chad.
Yeah.
Are those the three winners?
Monks, yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Love it. We got a bunch of tickets out. Enjoy.
Michael and Barber.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I got the first name wrong.
It's fine. Yeah, I spelled it weird.
I can't read your writing.
I know. I'm sorry. I was
Writing is pretty
scribbling.
good.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful cursive. I can't read it.
Okay.
Oh, she's a cursive person.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You don't know how to write in cursive, do you? I didn't think so.
I've never used. I don't use cursive past like high school. I think I stopped.
Yeah. Tonight, our Boulevard Home game of the week. Busy weekend for us. Tonight, me and Paul and Tara are going to be heading up I-15 freeway. We're going to be doing the Dixie Highland game for you on the live stream. KSL's picking it up. I think it's going to be on the KSL Plus app. We're going to have it on our YouTube page. We'll have the links up on the fansportsnetwork.com. It's our Boulevard Home game of the week. Dixie at Highland. We will also have the link up on our website to Desert Hills at Green Canyon. Our friends at Cache Valley Media are going to be producing and streaming that game, and we will have that link on the website as well for any Thunder fans. We won't be broadcasting it, but we will have at least access for you to watch it if you cannot make the game, and that's quite Quite the drive.
It is the drive.
Quite
Sure.
the drive. So good
Drive we'll be making.
Yeah.
Well, not to Green Canyon, but
No.
not to Alpine either.
And not to Alpine either.
We can swing by Alpine Country Club if you want to have a brunch or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
now we're talking.
That would be good. Yeah.
I mean,
That's even better than
little different
Caputo's.
than-
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Paulie is waiting for his caboodle.
We are. We're both waiting
Yeah,
for it.
Tara too. Don't just
Well,
lump me in
I
there.
tried the other Friday, but Tara said hang on to it for another time when we have more
Well,
time.
that is actually sad because you were coordinating with her and I was out of the loop because I was all the way at the other game. So
Yeah.
I would have missed it.
Yeah.
You were no longer on the dream
I
team.
was not on the team.
That's right. That's right. But we had your consideration in mind.
That's
and
right.
We decided to wait for you.
That's right. Tara
So don't get your
decided to wait,
panties in
not
a
you.
bunch.
I did say to wait.
Yeah.
I always
So-
have your back.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
does.
Yeah, I don't always
You
have your back.
don't. Sometimes.
Too big of a-
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Not always. It's 95% of the time.
95% of the time.
Because when you're wrong, you're wrong.
And I am wrong sometimes, and I like to think I'm right.
Yeah.
So
Good show today. Lot of going on. Good luck to the Snow Canyon Warriors girls soccer
Yes.
team today, 11 a.m. They are going to be taking on Ridgeline for all of the marbles. That will be streamed on KSLSports.com. It's the 4A State Soccer Championships. We did the semifinal game that they moved down to Greater Zion Stadium back on Monday between Snow Canyon and Desert Hills. It was tied at the end of regulation. It was tied after 2 overtimes. They went to penalty kicks, and Snow Canyon won 5-3. So Snow Canyon playing Ridgeline today for the title. I think they're looking for their third girls soccer title. So good luck to Coach Connor Brown and the Warriors
Absolutely.
soccer team.
Good luck.
Yes. Lottie Smith will be ready to go. Nadald will be ready to go. Lion will be ready to go. I'm trying to think of all these players' names that are playing for Snow Canyon. They'll all be ready to go.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
They'll all be ready to go.
They'll be ready.
Of course, tomorrow night, we'll be on there at 5 o'clock. Caden and I will host the first 30 minutes of the pregame show. And then we will basically roll right into Rod at 5:30 with Max, and then kick off at 6 o'clock. Tailgate starts at 4. Coach Crowshaw's little recognition will be at the Alumni House starting 4:30.
Yeah. That's cool.
So if you want to go say hi to Coach Crowshaw, if you're alumni or you played for him, I would swing over to the Alumni House and congratulate Coach Crowshaw on this Legacy Award, and then we'll see him at halftime.
Two differing viewpoints from Delane and Lance on how full the stadium's going to be on Saturday.
Yeah, Coach Fitzgerald thinks it's a marketing ploy.
Yes.
That people better hurry and go get their
Yeah.
tickets.
Yes, which it is used by
Yes,
teams in
100%.
any league and any sport. You know, it's a way to sell tickets.
Well, I think
we'll see on Saturday.
I think it's a bad bet on my part. So prove me wrong, Southern Utah. Help me out.
that visitor stands is pretty big.
Help me,
so-
help you.
Help me save about $800.
Yeah.
Coach, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, Coach Fitzgerald
Yeah,
joined
that
us on
was
the
an
show
ill-advised
yesterday.
bet.
And he said, I will bet you a round of golf at Black Desert Resort. He said, what's the nicest golf course in town? Black Desert? And I said, sure. And he said, well, if there's not a sellout,
Yeah.
then I'm taking Coach Fitzgerald golfing. And if there is a sellout, he's taking me to Black Desert golfing.
Yeah.
So we
If
got a
I
little,
was setting the odds, I'd probably lean with Coach Fitzgerald on this one. I think it's going to be close to a sellout, really close.
Well,
but I think on that
if they
visitor
were-
side, it's huge.
This is SUU in Utah Tech.
It is.
Yeah.
This is a 6 o'clock game. Hopefully everybody's done with their youth games and stuff by that point in
Sure.
time. It's a night.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
Perfect
beautiful
timing.
night. I
Yeah.
remember the
Homecoming drone show. Like
That's tonight.
It's gonna be, the drone show's
That's
tonight.
tonight, yeah.
Oh, dang it.
yeah, they got a little. I think it's a student activity with a carnival and a
Yeah.
little live concert and
That's
then a
all
drone
right. Yeah,
show. on
We need
campus.
a drone show for Saturday night too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Make
we
it
do.
happen.
But look, I remember I was here in '98. I was here in the junior college days.
Yeah.
I went to Dixie Junior College.
Yeah.
I remember, that it was the place to be. Everybody in town. I covered Rotary Bulls. I remember how packed they were. I think we're getting back towards that direction. Now we need some more winning seasons. It would help immensely if SUU and Utah Tech were both 6-1 going into this game.
That's right.
Yeah.
SUU has 2 wins and Utah Tech has 1.
Yeah.
That's a fact. But it's
if-
still
if
the
you-
game.
if
It's still the
your
game.
If your belief that it's a rivalry holds up, and it is a rivalry, that place will be close to a sellout. if it is a real rivalry.
Help me out. We're
we'll
giving
find
away
out.
tickets. I'm giving away tickets.
You're doing your job,
I'm doing
buddy.
I'm pumping
You're
it.
pumping it.
I'm having fun with it.
Yeah.
I know we've arrived when the dang Northern Utah media members pop over from Black Desert. Everybody's down in town covering the PGA
Yeah.
Tour event and actually put a camera on SUU and Utah Tech for the 10 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you guys are already down here. I know they're golf reporters, but they can go put a camera on a football game on a Saturday night. The golf is going to be done.
Yeah.
It will be
It'll be-
done.
as soon as it's
Be
dark.
Yep.
Yeah.
On Saturday. So no excuses, Salt Lake media. You're
Okay.
coming down to our neck of the woods. You're eating our food. You're staying at our hotels.
You're
You better
calling
cover
them
our
out.
teams.
You're calling them out.
Cover our teams.
Okay.
Not just when
Right.
the PGA Tour comes to town.
All right.
Come on
You're
now.
spirited. I like this.
Yeah.
Into the show fire from you.
Hey, are you guys? Are you guys fired up for the weekend? What a sports weekend we have.
I'm excited.
We haven't talked NFL yet.
I know.
I do need to remind
all right.
everybody the Zag picks of the week because the games tonight, the high school games, and we have both Dixie and Desert Hills games on the matchup sheet. 6 o'clock kickoff. That is when the entry locks. You cannot enter after 6 o'clock. So go to our website. Paulie, tell everybody the website.
thefansn.com or thefansportsnetwork.com. Either one works.
That's right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
He
the
was busy
shortcut.
playing the air piano.
I was. Yeah. I was playing the air piano. You kind of caught me off guard with that one.
Paulie
but I
doesn't play-
fired it off
Take
immediately.
that to
Paulie's a
ESPN
lead-
Ocho or whatever it is.
Yeah, the air guitar competitions. I can do
Paulie
piano.
is an unbelievable air musician.
I am.
Never sounded bad ever.
Never.
Yeah. It's always just perfect in his
Now,
own mind.
singing, that's not the best. But
No.
air instruments.
I thought
yeah.
you said you were going to do Kabuto's Halloween party karaoke on October 30th at Kabuto.
Well, I was singing a little on the ride home from the Mammoth game, and Tara didn't give me very high marks for my vocals.
I did kibosh that.
She
Ouch.
kiboshed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, couple things. Show today brought to you by Coral Canyon, St. George Tin Shop, Kabuto, Color Country Custom Coatings, Prime IV, Game Day Men's Health, Wilkinson's, and Jimmy John's. You guys have a great Friday, great week, and we'll see you on